TimeShot, yes, TimeShot. I'm in the place where my friends are, and I know together we'll go far. Yeah, TimeShot, yes, TimeShot. And I'm still doing things the TimeShot way.
Ouch. Hello, people. It's Poe, and we're back on TimeShot. Now, today, I'm actually going to probably experience a little bit of lag here. Simply because I'm actually... Who are you? Is a random villager in there? I'm actually going to experience a little bit of lag, I think. I can feel a little bit of stutter already. I'm sort of expecting there to be some frame glitches as I fly here. Assuming I can fly. I gotta get up higher up here. This'll do. Whee! No. Come on. Alright, climb up my building just to fly. I need to get to my base, pick up a few, there's no way to get up onto the roof anymore, is there? Here we go. Alright. Up, up, up we go. There we go. Level off, make sure we're going the right way, yes. And now we can talk as we look at this wonderful view. Gonna be lag because I'm actually downloading Subnautica below zero. I cannot wait to play that game. A lot of you guys know, if I've not made it apparent already, I will again, that Subnautica is my favorite game of 2018. One of my favorite games of all time. And the reason for that, if you've watched the whole Let's Play, you would know especially. But while I was playing it, anytime that I appeared to be in awe about the game, it was completely genuine. I'm not saying that I wouldn't be, but it was completely genuine, my reaction to everything that happened, in that it was just so mesmerizing. So that's the best way to put it. It's just a mesmerizing experience where you experience things that you just never thought were possible. What is this? What is this? I swear, every time I come to my base, every time I clean up vines, every single time, I find new places that they've been placed, if that makes sense. I find new places for vines every single time I come to my base. But yes, Subnautica, one of the greatest experiences that you can have in a video game. I swear it is. Apparently, I think it's still compatible. They used to have a VR experience as well. I assume that still works. I have an HTC, but it's currently broken, I think. The cord is pinched or something. I would love to try out Subnautica with an HTC or an Oculus or something to see what that kind of experience would be like, because it is one of the best video game experiences you can have. And the reason I say that is because you go to different places, new biomes, see new creatures, explore new things, and it really somehow makes you feel, it captures the way that you must feel to actually discover new life, new food, and new recipes and things like that. The crazy thing is that that's not what makes it the most mesmerizing experience. The most the experience the experience is because of the storyline that is surprisingly there. Like, you don't expect there to be a storyline when you start playing. It creeps up on you, tackles you down. It's amazing. Wool. Wool is here. Here's wool. What is this? Terracotta. I'll put it in the terracotta lane. Purpur. Got some glass. I'm just sorting this out. I cleaned up spawn, as you saw, a little bit. Not a lot, but all of the snow that was on the ground I cleaned up. All the wool that was on the ground I cleaned up. The candy canes I cleaned up. Just kind of starting to take care of that. We got our shulker box here. That can't open now. Whoops. Let's place it sideways. Whoops, that's not sideways. It doesn't want to place sideways. Just put it right there, as good as any place, I guess. Cool. So we got some Christmas presents here. A snowflake banner? Oh, nice. Cod, cookies, cakes, diamond, bouncy pads, quality steak times 32. Chocolate bar. Hey, I like that. I like that. It does look like a chocolate. It's a giant chocolate bar. You find these in the store sometimes. These massive chocolate bars from Hershey's or something. That's what that is. Must be. And now that I've placed it, yeah, it destroyed it. Whoops. All right. Anyway, getting back to the game, I cannot wait to play Subnautica Below Zero because, as I was saying, the most mesmerizing and the thing that engulfs you the most about Subnautica is the storyline. Below Zero, this is an expansion to Subnautica. It is almost entirely storyline from what I can tell. There's a huge storyline element to it. So I cannot wait to try it out, see what it's like, see if I like it. Of course I'm going to like it. Oh my god. Fine. Of course I'm going to like it, but I hope you guys enjoy it because my plan is to record it, upload it, do all of that, probably even today. Probably before you see this video, it'll be out already, if everything goes right. If not, then look forward to it. But I'm pretty sure that this is gonna sound like I'm talking from the past. What do I need? Okay, so I need to do something special with spawn, and to do that, I need cows I can get at spawn. Railway tracks I need, and item frames. That's the big one. Item frames. Here. I only need a couple, honestly. I need literally 2, but I'll bring a few more just in case I can figure out a use for them. I need cows for steak, but I need uncooked, and these are all cooked. I need what else? Furnaces. Surely I have. Well, I guess I don't. Okay. Cobblestone, yes. I need a couple furnaces, and I need to test something with furnaces. I need to test something when I get the railways as well. No, I don't need anything from there anymore. Oop, let me through, let me through. Okay, so we're going to this way to where I keep all my railway ties. Railway tracks, I mean. I need a couple railway tracks. I might try a couple different kinds for what I'm trying to attempt here. Alright, so essentially, the way that this works, this is something that Jake showed me, and he wanted full credit. He wanted a 500-word essay on how this was his idea, and I give him full credit. I don't know how I could do 500 words quite, but either way, it is something that he came up with, or that he saw and stole the idea of, and then told me to do it. So I don't know who, I don't know who the original person who came up with this idea is, but either way, the idea is, well, you know what? Why am I going to demo it here when we can just go to spawn? Let's go back to spawn. Let's actually finish it. Let's just finish it. shall we? So we're floating through the air again. Woohoo! How much time? Okay, 10 minutes have passed. I want to make this quick. I don't think this is going to take a very long time, but I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this the last episode. I told you guys that I wanted to do one of my ranty talks, but I haven't done one in a long time. I don't want to get this wrong. I haven't thought about it, but I'm pretty sure that I could speak from the heart and that it'll come out right the way that I usually do. It's about, okay, so this is actually kind of old news by now, but you know, there was this Gillette ad, okay, and this Gillette ad, if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It's apparently controversial, because the way that it describes men is an interesting one, and it's caused some drama because there are men. Oh no, this is not the right. Okay, I gotta use my axe. There's some men who disagree with it, and while I think most others agree with it, there are some who disagree with it, and that is what's causing all of the drama and the issues. So basically, what the ad is, if you haven't watched it, I'll summarize. It shows some boys, quote, being boys. Okay, so you know what that means. Boys being boys. Oh, boys will be boys. And it sort of does that throughout the video, where it shows boys being rude, mean, bullying, and I think basically their fathers, their role models, encouraging it or accepting it. And the Gillette ad kind of goes out of its way to say, like, don't be that way. Be a better man. Lead by example. You know, be a good person. Be a good person to other people. And that's the example that you should set for your children, for other children who might look up to you. And that sounds like such an obvious and... doesn't it sound like that's just that should be obvious, you know? And there's nothing bad about that. Telling people to be good people. I have always said in my videos since the Red Cube days that you should try your best to be a good person. It doesn't mean you will be good all the time, but if you do your best to be good to other people, people will tend to be good to you too, and good things will happen to you. Just try to be good. That's all there is to it. Despite this, it seems like apparently that was like the worst thing that people could say, because it's caused a ton of drama of men being like, don't tell me how to raise my son. Don't tell me how to. Men will be men, and that's just how it is. And oh, look at this. Okay, this is gonna be perfect. Okay, so I gotta figure this out now. You know what I'm gonna try to do. You know now what I'm gonna try to do. I got all the ingredients here. If I go like this, so like that, and then flip that around. Now, how do I? Can we? Oh my God! It looks so good, and I think those are the right rails. I'm gonna just try quickly to swap out to these rails. Yeah. No, you know what? I think I had it right with the active detector rails rather than the activator ones, because it looks like a little element, you know, little red element. I love it. That is awesome. Of course, we're not going to be, after all that, getting the beef. I realize this is Poe's pork. Poe's pork, and we're not going to have beef. So I have to go get pig somewhere. I don't even know where. I don't know where. There might be some in the... We'll check the spawn area. Okay, so getting back to that talk, because I don't want to... Like I said, I don't want to cloud something like this, because it's important. I think if you are a guy who is, this is just me being honest, if you're a guy who has a problem with men being good role models and not being a stereotypical jerk of a man, if you have a problem with that, your opinion really doesn't matter. You are a jerk. You are one of the problems. You know. Here we go. I just need 2, right? You're part of the problem if you have a problem with it. Like, seriously, there shouldn't be an issue with it. If you are raising someone or teaching someone to be a terrible person, and I mean terrible in that, you know, things like bullying, things like thinking that men have some one-up on women, or thinking that you're better than other people, always doing things that are masculine because you don't want to be emasculated. It's like, you know, that's such an old way of thinking. It's not necessarily right, and there's nothing wrong with anybody who has a different point of view. That looks amazing. Doesn't that look good? Oh, that looks so good. And then in here, I want to cook some pork. I want to put a few little pieces of cooked pork and like show that that's where the pork is cooked. Anyway, can't wait. That's gonna be great. I think it is actually. There's a missing leaf block here. It's time to actually open up this place. I haven't had it inspected, but after it's open, I gotta get it inspected. Code, come and help me. Gotta try to figure this out now. Do I want it? I want it 1 block, yeah. I'm gonna need more gray. I think I might have some in a chest. I'll need way more. Oh. One of these chests. Yes. Here. Well, here's 2. I gotta have more than that. This is not good. This is not good. I don't have enough. Oh, yes, I do. Hold on. Oh, yes. Here we go. The exact amount that I needed. That looks good. Please wait to be seated. Restaurant is open for business. But anyway, I've seen a lot of the arguments back and forth, mostly from the guys who are like, don't tell me how to blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. Nobody should have to tell you these kinds of things, these kinds of life lessons. Nobody should have to tell you that that's not something that you should be doing. If it wasn't obvious and you feel offended, you know, maybe that's time to open your eyes and say, you know, maybe I should look at how I am raising my son, raising my kids, how I look to other people. Maybe the way that I act isn't quite how I should represent myself. You know, I've been on YouTube a long time, long time, and I've often had in the back of my mind, you know, the way that I present myself and how that will look to people who watch my videos of all ages. And it was very, very apparent that I needed to be conscious of this when I was getting comments from people saying like, my 5-year-old brother loves your videos. My 5-year-old brother loves your videos. Things like that. And I was like, okay, I get it. I understand. Like, I'm not going to change my videos to be suitable for a 5-year-old necessarily, but I know that if they watch, it's not going to be upsetting to them, and that I won't say something, or at least I'll try not to say something that will cause a problem with their behavior or with how they act towards other people. And if anything, they can come out of watching a video being a better person because of it, I hope. You know, I'm not saying they'll understand any of this talk, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't want them to, you know, think that bullying is fine from my videos, for example. Okay? So that's one example. Whereas I know that there are other YouTubers out there who definitely don't share that same kind of sentiment. They don't have that same... It's almost like they either don't care or haven't thought about it. Got sirens going off in the background. Good luck, guys. Hope it's nothing serious. But anyway, there are YouTubers out there. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but you know they're out there. We all know they're out there. We've seen the news articles and the drama articles and all that. They're out there, whoever they are. And it's like they don't consider it or they don't care, and they make content that just isn't suitable for their audience that they've developed. And, you know, it's not just guys in this case. It's both men and women who do it. But I've often seen them take a look at their content and be like, oh, you know what? I realize now that this kind of person looks at my content. I'm actually going to be putting a filter on to hopefully make it more appropriate for them. I've seen content creators do that. I have seen it firsthand, and their channels blow up when that happens generally, because all of a sudden they've created this environment of comfort. But back to the main argument, when it comes to men, I do feel like there is stigma there, that men are typically brutish jerks, that we're too tough to have emotion, that we're better than women, that you know, you got to stand your ground and fight. These are things that we are ingrained with, that we are taught by our role models. And I guess the problem is when you're taught something different, or when you learn something different, when you learn, you know what, maybe you should be nice to people. Maybe if someone cuts you off in traffic, you know, who knows what their situation is? Who knows what kind of day they're having? Who knows what, you know, maybe their wife is in the hospital, or maybe they're having a baby, or maybe, you know, they're really, really late for work, and if they miss one more day, they're fired, and, you know, they're the breadwinner for their whole family. You know, stress. You never know what someone's going through when they treat you in a certain way. It's how you perceive it, you know, because you don't know. You don't know what they're going through. It's not like you can stop and ask sometimes when things like that happen, using the same cut off in traffic thing. But basically, if that happens, you got to learn to just acknowledge that it happened, move on with your day. You know, it's not, you don't have to speed up, honk behind them, tailgate them, cut them off in return, in retaliation, cut them off and then slam on your brakes, or give them the finger, or yell obscenities. You don't need to do any of that. And that's just one example of how you can better yourself in not doing those kinds of things, you know? If we can learn from one example, then surely there are other things we can learn from, you know? Saying thank you when someone you love cooks you a meal. Cleaning up after yourself rather than leaving it for someone to do goes a long way. When someone is being bullied, stand up to those bullies. You know, make sure that the right people know about it and can take care of it. It's all things that we can do, and we almost choose not to do because, I don't know why. It's because it's what we learned. It's what we think is gonna make us look cool. It doesn't look cool. You know, you learn when you grow up, when you're older, hopefully, that kind of stuff, that kind of behavior wasn't right. And I guess that's the problem with this whole campaign that Gillette made, is like, be good people, be good men, teach good things to young men, to young boys, teach those good behavioral things. that, you know, where's chivalry? You know, it's gone in society, and I think it's trying to bring it back. And the fact that people got upset with that, I guess, is really the big thing that I can't understand. And I've looked at the arguments. It's usually just mostly people saying, "Don't tell me how to do my life, run my life, or raise my kids." But it's, honestly, you should be teaching this anyway. You should be teaching good behavior and good manners and all that anyway. If you're not, then there's a problem. You're the problem. And if you were doing it right from the beginning, nobody would have to tell you how to run your life, honestly. But I don't know. It's just an odd... I wanted to talk about this for weeks and weeks and weeks because it was just bothering me, the fact that people were upset about it. I can't understand it. You know, I agree that there are some things in my own life that I could improve upon. And I'm not saying that all the messages that I've sent have been the greatest. But it's not like I would then go out and completely reject the desire to learn or someone telling me to improve. Why on earth would I ever do that? Let's try to get rid of that shadow here. Yeah, I think that'll be better. So now I'm basically at the hop around and do nothing portion of my video. So I think that's where we're going to end it, but I would be very happy to hear some comments below, just to learn and hear what your thoughts are about this whole thing, how you feel that whole Gillette situation is. I think Gillette took a stand, which, you know, for a shaving company, it's sort of odd. It is really odd, but the fact that people have a problem with it, I feel is more the issue. What do you think? Maybe you think I'm wrong. You're entitled to that opinion, of course. But I'd like to hear a reason that I am wrong. That isn't just like, don't tell me what to do. Because that's basically the only argument that I've seen. I feel like if we're going to ever, 100 years from now, 200 years, 300 years from now, if we're ever going to move forward as a society that is accepting of everyone, we have to move past these kinds of trivial things. There's no reason ever in your life to make someone else feel bad. There's just no reason. No reason. There's always a more delicate way to put it. I think that's sort of where that whole campaign is going. You don't have to go out of your way to make someone feel bad, in other words. So think about it. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And we'll see you guys next time on TimeShot. Hope you enjoyed it. We got a new grill in the Pose Pork building. And that's essentially all we did today. Talking about Subnautica. Which I hope you also enjoy when you see those videos pop up. And we'll be seeing you next time on TimeShot. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll see you. Bye-bye.